What is up, everybody? Welcome into the Wide Eye Sports Dallas Cowboys episode. Every week we talk Cowboys. Boys, do you want to give? Do you just
You can
want to give
let
an
Dalton
opinion?
take over if he wants.
Man, what do you say after a disappointing season?
Yeah.
Third
We're not
DC in 3
eliminated
years.
yet.
We are
No,
not
you're not.
eliminated yet, and I will tell you
1%
right
chance.
now, 1% chance. And if it happens, I will tell you it would probably be the greatest comeback for a sports team, but they would have to win it all. And do I think this Cowboys team can do that? Absolutely not.
Okay.
They
Okay.
have the potential. They've always had all the
Yeah.
potential in the world, but you know they just can't ever make it over that hump. I a few weeks ago was under the I was saying, don't fire Eberflus just yet.
Mm,
Keep the consistency. Maybe just give him a chance. But after watching just kind of how he's been, he seems to blitz a lot in the first quarter and then gives up on it. Completely gives up on it for the second
yeah.
to the fourth quarter. I've seen the rate. It's like he blitzes a 60% in the first quarter and a 15% in the second to the fourth quarter in all of the games thus far this year.
I will say, I do think that's a little bit game script. Because sorry, my throat a little scratchy there. Because the Cowboys are either down or needing to pass a lot. And on the other side of that, right, like the Cowboys are in a close game, they need to pass a lot. The other team is running the ball a lot. And so you can't blitz because they're running it so much. So at the beginning of the game, you have the opportunity because it's a tie game. You know they're going to pass. You can throw the blitz at them. But then late in the game, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter,
Well,
that's no longer an option.
I'm just talking about just even strictly just on even on pass plays, man. I mean, it's just
Oh, then
not.
he just doesn't know which one's a pass play and which one isn't, and they
Well,
run it. So
yeah,
you said it yourself early in the season, especially not since the Quinn Williams trade. Since the Quinn Williams trade, you guys have been way better in the run game. But early in the season, it was a huge hole for you guys, and that was, I believe, a big part of that. You can't send a blitz when they're running it well against you because if you blitz and they run and they make it through, that's a guaranteed 6 points.
well, I just don't think that Eberflus knows what to do with his guys. I
That
feel
that I
like
agree with.
he
Riley,
wants
it's just
he's got his box, right? And this is where he performs. And then he's got his guys that are out here and he doesn't know how to open up his own scheme
yeah,
to
it's you
work
fit into
well
my
with the
scheme,
players.
period.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's
And he needs to make a new scheme for the guys
yeah,
because
it's
you have a
it's
guy
an
like
old
Deron
school.
Bland who just does he's lights out in man-to-man coverage. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
one of the top
super
cornerbacks.
sticky, super good.
And for some reason they're just throwing zone all the time. They're always in zone.
Yep.
Um, and he's not playing to any of his players' strengths, and it's very frustrating. And I was hoping that he would kind of come in and see the light and adjust, and he has not done that at all. So unfortunately, these last 3 games are going to be a litmus test. If you saw
Mhm,
what Jerry Jones had said, everyone's
mhm.
asking him about Matt Eberflus. They have been, and he's been adamant on him. But this last interview was a little telling, and Jerry was kind of like, "Well, we'll see how these last 3 games go."
Yeah,
And if you know Jerry, he is not against doing something that shines, doing something that makes headlines, um, and I don't think he's against looking for another defensive coordinator. Hell, bring Wade Phillips back. He's been really active on Twitter. Bring him in as a DC. He didn't do great as a head coach, but at this point, man, I'm just kind of open for anything really.
yeah. Spoon, you got anything you want to add before I get some subjects?
No, man. I mean, I haven't been. It's the same thing every year as a Cowboys fan. You start out the season and you don't really like. I mean, as a sane Cowboys fan, I don't have a whole lot of hope going in, and then I finally get a little bit of hope, and then just we have a game like we did last week, and then it's the hope is basically all gone. And I mean, that's just the life of being a Cowboys fan, basically.
That is what it is, man. You know, you play the Eagles, and no one, that you go into the.
Oh, where did?
We lost Dalton. What I think Dalton was trying to say there was you play the you play the Eagles, you play the Chiefs, you win those games.
Yeah, we played
Back
the
losses.
the two Super Bowl teams, and we
And
we
you
beat
won
them
both of those games.
And
And
kind of to write off what Dalton was saying, a lot of the complaints he had about Eberflus, he did the same.
all right, Dalton's back. Keep going,
Yeah.
Riley.
Well, I thought
The same thing in Chicago. I am surprised he's even blitzing that much in the first quarter. He wants to get pressure with 4 and drop everyone else in zone. But Eberflus never had a top 10 defense in Chicago. I think he had one top 10 defense in Indianapolis.
I can tell you, but keep going.
I still think he's riding off the success he had in Indy a little bit.
Yeah, he did. In 2020, he ranked 9th in total defense. Or sorry, 8th in total defense.
Okay.
And then
So-
10th in points. And then in Indy, 3 out of the 4 years there, he was a top 10 defense in points. He was 10th, 18th, 10th, 9th. Since then, he's been 32nd, 20th, 13th, and 31st. So he has shown that the longer he stays somewhere, the more he figures it out.
And on Indy, I mean, it was a while ago, but they had some studs on that defense. They had a
Yeah, they
stud
did.
defensive line.
Zaire Franklin.
Yeah.
They had DeForest Buckner.
Who was the linebacker that was there? Shaq.
No, it was Zaire
Leonard?
Franklin. Was it Leonard?
There was another linebacker there too
Oh.
that was a stud at the time. But in order for Eberflus to succeed, he has to have stars all over the place on defense. And I just don't think Dallas has the roster for that at this point.
Yeah. So let me ask a couple questions here, guys. Dalt, I think you're on the wrong mic, Dalt. I think it switched over your computer mic. But anyways, let me ask some questions here. Dalt, Spoon, Riley, you're more than welcome to chip into this. Just you don't have to do super long, drawn out answers if you don't want to. So in my opinion, the Cowboys have been 2 separate teams. They've been the home team and the road team, obviously, statistically. And where do you feel more comfortable playing right now if you're a Cowboys fan? Do you feel more comfortable playing on the road with that game plan, or do you guys feel more comfortable in just a shootout at home?
I feel better at home as of right now. Over the
probably
past
a
few,
shootout.
Cool.
over the past few years, they've just done better at home.
Okay. And then Dalton, this one's not aimed at you by any means, but I know you'll have discourse for this. Do you guys feel that this is who Dak Prescott is? And I say that, and I mean, like, I think he's on pace for like 4,500 yards and 35 touchdowns. And I think his interceptions are a little bit inflated this year. But do you feel that's who he is now? Or do you feel that the reason he's having such a statistically good year is because the game scripts have narrated that they have to pass so much. They have to air the ball out to be in games.
No, I don't think so, man. And I mean, we've had a pretty good running game this year, so we really haven't had to throw the ball quite as much. I think Dak's a good quarterback. If we're only talking Dak, you cannot say that he's not a good quarterback, man. He consistently drops balls into a bucket for George Pickens right on the sideline. Same with CD. He's got great eyes. He knows how to read a defense and change things up. Him and Shoddy are on a really good. They have a good relationship, and I'm excited for them to move forward. I have never not believed in Dak Prescott.
See, and I'm the exact opposite. I have always not believed in Dak Prescott, but I saw some people posting on social media saying that, somebody posted a picture of Manning and are obviously talking about Arch Manning being the next Cowboys quarterback to lead us there. And I'm just sitting there thinking,
don't want him.
no, well, okay. Don't say you don't want him.
Don't want him.
But in my opinion, is that regardless if you had Manning or Prescott, it does. This defense is so terrible, and I think
Yeah,
Prescott's been playing totally completely fine. I have
Mhm.
I really have nothing bad to say about him, which I normally do, but I think he's doing just fine.
He's doing as
Yeah.
much as he can.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
not a whole lot he can do, and I do think that we do have a run game this year, so it's making him look it's making him look good as well. It's helping.
Yeah. He has a 99 quarterback rating, a 72.8 QBR, which is almost top of the league. I think he's playing very good, very efficient ball. My only thing with Dak is the same thing that people had with Kirk Cousins, the same thing, those tier of players, those guys that are between 7 and 12 in the top quarterbacks in the world, right? They're not top 5, they're not bottom 15. They're like right somewhere in the middle there. And we talked about this week 1. Dak had just the overscope of Dak as a player, not just like honing in on who he is last game or in this week, or, I'm talking about in general. And Dalton, you were emotional at the time and said you were out on Dak. I knew you weren't actually out on Dak, but like you were, things happen. We say things, and he had an opportunity week 1 twice within the last 5 minutes to go beat the Eagles, right?
Well,
Like he had that, and I would say that's the last step he needs to take for
well,
me to bump him up.
he
Well-
fixed those mistakes. He played into exactly what I was wanting him to play into, because my issues were 4th and 3, 3rd and 1 type things, and we're reading the defense, we're kill, and then we're dropping back and throwing 30, 40 yards to CD Lamb. You don't need to do that. Especially when I'm looking at the coverage, you don't have any QB spies. You're 10 yards from where you need to go. Just run the damn ball. Just run it right up there. And he did that literally in the very next game, and then more throughout the season.
I think my biggest issue with not with Dak specifically, but with the Cowboys in general right now is their losses. All but one of them most people would consider bad losses, which
Oh
sucks.
yeah.
Because they are a really talented football team. Defensively, not so much, but offensively, they're star-studded, right? They have probably the best wide receiver duo in the league.
Well, and that's
They
the thing.
have-
They have good guys on defense too. That's when it comes down to the scheme by Matt Eberflus. He's just not playing his players well. And you can't have a defense that plays well if you're just having these guys. And it's like, well, you play what I want you to play because this is what I know. But
Yeah.
it doesn't. It clearly doesn't work like that.
All right. Last question I have for you guys. Quick answers because we got to move on here. What are the biggest needs for the Cowboys? The number one need for the Cowboys, in your opinion, going into next season?
Safety, linebacker, edge rusher, and then
Spoon?
offensive tackle, top 4.
I mean, I'll just say 2. I think secondary, whether it's safety, corner, whatever. I just think we need some secondary help, and we need a pass rusher. We really just don't have a pass rusher. We need to put more pressure on the quarterback.
Cowboys, I saw a stat that was like Cowboys, something along the lines of they have the most pressures without a sack.
Yeah.
They are consistently pressuring the quarterback, consistently pressuring him, but they just ain't getting there.
No.
All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Make sure to check out us every week. We talk Cowboys every week. Like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.